Hi guys, how you doing? It's Greg with another tip today, and that is about parallel compression. It is a mixing concept that a lot of people don't really seem to get, even though it can be very simply and easily explained. The best quote, or the best putting quote I read about it was that you have two signals, and the first one you leave untouched, and the second one you can compress the shit out of it, you can clip it, you can put massive EQing on it, whatever you like. And then you mix the two together and you get a really nice balance between the two. Like, you get the best out of both worlds. You get the punchiness and the, like this overemphasis from the super compressed signal, while also maintaining the more natural, not too processed kind of sound from the first track. So scenarios where this can be useful are probably songs like this. This is something I prepared like in 3 minutes. This is what it sounds like. I should put this a bit louder for you guys. Right, it's just like a drum track, a couple of percussions, and the bass. Now, the drums and the percussions already work quite nicely together, but the bass itself, especially if I want this to become a main theme of the song, or at least the verse part of the song, has to be a bit more punchy, stick a bit more out from the mix. And this is what it sounds like on its own. Now, don't know if you can hear this, but on the first 16th note of every bar, there's actually a sidechain compressor on it. And what it does is, the first 16th note does actually get pushed down, so the kick that's happening at exactly the same time gets all the bass frequency for itself, which is normally what you want to keep the kick the most prominent thing of the beat. So together they sound like this. Now, if I would turn the sidechain compressor off, it might seem subtle to you, but it seems a bit to me that the bass and the drums are kind of fighting for the listener's attention a bit, right? This is not so much of a problem if you only have these 3 tracks, but you will add more and more tracks later on, and then it will become a problem eventually. So I thought it would be nice to still have the rhythmic accentuation of the bass without reintroducing all the bass frequencies that we want to have for the kick. So this is where parallel compression started in this example. I duplicated the track, already prepared this here. Like, this is an exact same copy of this, right? But in this copy that I want to apply all the parallel compression and the processing on, I took the sidechain compressor off in the first step. So the punch on the transients on the first 16th notes is reintroduced. And then I added the fat channel. This is something that Studio One offers. It's basically a compressor, equalizer, limiter all in one. You can also use several plugins or separate plugins for it. It has the same result probably. And in the first step, I applied really strong compression on it, like with a super slow attack, so the transients, like the compressor would always work after the transients, leave them alone, give them their punchiness, and the really slow release to make sure that the compression stops before the next transient starts. And then you get this really punchy process sound, which would be too much on its own. This is what it sounds like. Right, you can really hear the emphasis on the first transients. Of course, now the bass frequencies have even more emphasis, and we don't want that because we want that to belong to the kick. So with the second step, I applied an equalizer and took all the bass frequencies off. Right. Now, this alone doesn't really do much for us because it takes everything away you want from a bass instrument, right? But as soon as I start mixing this to what we already had, you will see that we get the best out of both worlds, and this is what it sounds like. Okay, this is what we had before. And now we'll slowly bring in the parallel compression, and you can judge for yourself. Let's add some delay. Okay. Without parallel compression and with. Without, with. And that is all there is to it. Thank you very much for your attention. You just learned parallel compression. And if you enjoy these tips, let me know, and maybe I'll do another one in the near future. Bye.